Good afternoon. This is Pastor Jeff. It is our daily reading. With it being Thursday the 2nd, we move to a different psalm. Our psalm for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday is going to be Psalm 45, 10 through 17. And then we'll get into our Old Testament reading and our New Testament reading. Here's Psalms 45. Now listen, daughter, don't miss a word. Forget your country. Put your home behind you. Be here. The king is wild for you. Since he's your Lord, adore him. Wedding gifts pour in from Tyre. Rich guests shower you with presents. Her wedding dress is dazzling, lined with gold by the weavers. All her dresses and robes are woven with gold. She is led to the king, followed by her virgin companions. A procession of joy and laughter, a grand entrance into the king's palace. Set your mind now on sons. Don't dote on fathers and grandfathers. You'll set your sons up as princes all over the earth. I'll make you famous for generations. You'll be the talk of town for a long, long time. The Old Testament reading comes from Genesis 25, verses 19 through 28. A little bit of the story of Jacob and Esau. This is the family tree of Isaac, the son of Abram. Abram had Isaac. Isaac was 40 years old when he married Rebekah's daughter of Bethuel, the Aramean of Padam Aram. She was the sister of Laban the Aramean. Isaac prayed hard to God for his wife because she was barren. God answered his prayer and Rebekah became pregnant. But the children tumbled and kicked inside her so much that she said, "If this is the way it's going to be, why go on living?" She went to God to find out what was going on. And God told her, "Two nations are in your womb, two people butting heads while still in your body. One people will overpower the other, and the older will serve the younger." When her time to give birth came, sure enough, there were twins in her womb. The first came out reddish as if snugly wrapped in a hairy blanket. They named him Esau. Harry. His brother followed, his fist clutched tight to Esau's heel. They named him Jacob. Heel. Isaac was 60 years old when they were born. The boys grew up. Esau became an expert hunter, an outdoorsman. Jacob was a quiet man, preferring life indoors among the tents. Isaac loved Esau because he loved his game, but Rebekah loved Jacob. Our New Testament reading today comes from the book of Romans. Romans chapter 7, verses 1 through 6. The heading is called "Torn Between One Way and Another." Hear these words. You shouldn't have any trouble understanding this, friends, for you know all the ins and outs of the law, how it works and how its power touches only the living. For instance, a wife is legally tied to her husband while he lives, but if he dies, she's free. If she lives with another man while her husband is living, she's obviously an adulteress. But if he dies, she is quite free to marry another man in good conscience, with no one's disapproval. So, my friends, this is something like what has taken place with you. When Christ died, he took that entire rule-dominated way of life down with him. And he left in the tomb, leaving you free to marry a resurrected life and bear offspring of faith for God. For as long as we lived that old way of life, doing whatever we felt we could get away with, Sin was calling most of the shots as the old law coded and hemmed us in. And this made us all the more rebellious. In the end, all we had to do and show for it was the miscarriages and stillbirths. But now we're no longer shackled to that domineering mate of sin, and out from under those oppression regulations and fine print, we're free to live a new life in the freedom of God. And there ends our daily reading for the day.